Color can make you look away or draw you in. It has the power to create an emotion as powerful as music can. Color helps us to instantly understand our environment. It is intrinsically important to our everyday life. It is all around us all the time and helps us to relate to our world, even if we generally take it for granted. Before we dive into the details of color and color theory, let's first look at what color is. From Lexical, powered by Oxford, color is the property possessed by an object producing different sensations on the eyes as a result of the way it reflects or emits light. With that being said, let's dive into color theory. The color wheel is the easiest way to understand how colors relate to each other as we see them. They are divided up into the primary colors, which is made up of yellow, red, and blue. The secondary colors, which is the combination of the primary colors, example, orange, green, and purple. The tertiary colors are the blends between the primary and the secondary colors. Now let's dive into the color terms that concerns us as phone graphic designers. First, let's look at what color terms is. Color terms are the terms that indicate what state the color is in. Number one is hue, or just color. Hue generally describes the basic or the pure color. For example, blue, green, yellow, red. These are hue. Now let's look at the second term, which is shade. A shade is a hue darkened with black. Now watch as I make a shade of green. Alright, this is PixArt. So I go to colors, I select green, since I want to make the shade of green. I try to use this to position it so that we have pure hue of green. Alright, I think that's green enough. Then I want to make a shade of green. So I come to here where I can add black to green. So I shift it down to create shades of green. Therefore, this will be a lighter shade of green, a darker shade of green, a more darker shade of green. Alright, so you could select any other color in the scheme. Alright, I could select blue, then I produce a darker shade of blue, a more darker shade of blue, and also a more darker shade of blue till we have black. Alright, let's continue. The third color term that concerns us as phone graphic designers is tint. A tint is a hue lightened with white. Let me show you what that means on the PixArt app. Alright guys, let's make a tint of red. Remember, red is a hue. To make a tint of red, we make this closer to the white region, since tint means adding white to a hue. Now we add white to a hue, which is red, by taking this closer to the white region. Now watch as the color changes from this point. Okay, it becomes more colloidal. Okay, feel white. Okay, so each of the colors that appears there are series of the tints of red. Okay, that means here will be a darker tint of red. Now the more we come closer to the white region, we have a less darker tint of red. Alright, let's continue. The fourth color term is saturation. Saturation refers to the intensity or purity of a color. The fifth color term is value. Value refers to the lightness or the darkness of a color. To sort out and effectively use these colors, color schemes and harmonies are adopted. They give a premise to organizing color. Number one, we have the monochromatic scheme. This is the various shades, tones, or tints of one color. For instance, a range of blues varying from light to dark. This type of scheme is more subtle and conservative. The second scheme is the analogous scheme. These are hues that are side by side on the color wheel. This type of scheme is versatile and easy to apply to design projects. The third one is the complementary colors. These are opposites on the color wheel, such as red and green or blue and orange. Complementary colors are high contrast and high intensity, but can be difficult to apply in balanced, harmonious way, especially in their purest form when they can easily clash in a design. The fourth color scheme is split complementary color. The split complementary color is any color on the color wheel plus the two that flank its complement. This scheme still has strong visual contrast, but less jarring than the complementary color combination. The fifth color scheme is the triadic color scheme. The triadic colors are any three colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. In design, extreme unity of colors are boring and unengaging, and extreme complexity of colors leads to overstimulations or confusion. The goal is harmony, a dynamic equilibrium. To name all the many different colors, shades, tints, and hues would be impossible and unusable, so we use the universal digital systems of HEX or RGB color codes. Now, let's look at the symbolism of color. The symbolism of color enables you to know which color to use in a particular design and which to avoid in a particular design. The symbolism of color is also known as color psychology. It is common knowledge that colors represent meaning. For example, blue is associated with calmness, and a specific blue is utilized by Samsung as a company. It is subjective, and each culture and generation will have different meanings for color. Ensure you understand and correctly identify your target demographic before choosing your design element. There are, however, standard universal color meanings. For example, red can communicate many different ideas depending on its context. Because red is associated with fire, it can represent warmth or danger. Since red is also the color of blood, it is considered an energetic, lively color and also associated with matters of the heart and sometimes violence. In some instant cultures, red symbolizes good fortune and prosperity, and it is the color worn by brides on their wedding day. In branding, red often communicates strength, confidence, and power, and it is a highly visible color. In graphic design, be it in the use of color or layout, it is always about balance. The more complicated the color and the scheme, the more difficult it is to achieve balance. Begin by identifying which color in your palette will be dominant and the most frequently used, which will be the accent colors to support the dominant hue, and which colors will help balance the whole design. Ensure you pay attention to how the colors interact with each other, especially when it comes to the ease of reading text and the mood you are creating with the color choices. The 60-30-10 is a basic 3-color palette rule that is sometimes applied to design, which helps to create this harmony. Basically, the dominant color is used 60% of the time, the accent color is used 30%, and the balance hue 10% of the time. Another way to keep your color palette simple and balanced is using shades and tints of one hue. Sometimes, for a particular design, you can search through the net for the particular colors to use and also the psychology behind the color. And you can proceed to sites like colors.co to search for the monochromatic color combinations or the triadic color combination or any color combination. The link to the site will be in the description below. In the next video, we will be creating a poster using this color theory. Thanks. It's Ben from B Media. See you in the next video.